Hello there! What have we got here? Well, isn't it another episode of Titan Quest Let's Play? It's now episode 98. And this is where we stopped last time. We were in Hades' palace. We only just started exploring it. But got still quite a fair bit more to go. We've got a couple of side quests to do. We've got to find all the shards of Erebus, and you can see the first one right there. And we can't cast Squall on those guys. So we're gonna get up close and personal. I'm gonna kick their ass. And we also got 3 Makai generals to take care of. So we're gonna begin on both of those side quests in this episode. So as I was talking about in the previous episode, didn't get the chance to finish. I was talking about the Gigantes, you know, the big guys who we meet, the ones in yellow armor for the most part, the regular soldiers, which I said there were 2 types of regular guys, the Armorites and the Vanguards. The Vanguards use spears, and the Armorites, they're using the sword and the shield, and they also have the shield charge attack, which can stun you. So you gotta be, you know, a bit watchful if you got them mixed together with some of the others, some of the stronger ones. And here, as you know, there's 2 ways, and going down the stairs, that's where you have to go. But here, if you go along the side path here, that will lead you to the first Crystal of Erebus. So we're going to be going there. And we've got a few dangerous Makai around here. There's a Warden and there's also a Master Archer there. So you've got to be careful. We're going to be luring him away from the others. Just getting them bit by bit. You've got to, you know, make the enemies fight on your own terms. Don't be lured into their trap. See, there's another Master Archer over there. Yeah, there's a Grandmaster Archer even. So yeah, as I was saying about the Gigantes, and then there's also Vindicators, which are the blue armored ones, and they also have a blue skin underneath, and they're not too bad. But then there's also Dactyls, the really rare ones. They also wear blue armor. However, their body's yellow underneath, and they're quite easy to mistake for Vindicators, you know, because they look almost the same. But Dactyls, they're a lot more powerful, and they're extremely dangerous. And we're actually going to meet one in this episode very soon. So see, we've got all these yellow gigants here, loads of Vanguards. They're all guarding this Crystal of Erebus, and most Crystals of Erebus are guarded by the Gigantes. So there we go, that was the last one. And see, that's the path that we were at. We teleported here. And I've almost forgot to actually get what I came here for, the Shard of Erebus. You gotta destroy this huge crystal, and you get a little monster charm. Apparently it's a monster. So yeah, there it is. Crystal of Erebus, 2% vitality damage resistance, which is nice. The only problem is it can only be enchanted on helmets. And the other problem is, let's see, I'll show you, see, Shards of Erebus. The other problem is that you can only ever complete 1 charm per, you know, per difficulty. Because Shards of Erebus, there's only 5 of them, and they only in Hades' palace here. They don't respawn or anything, so once you got your 5 and you completed the charm, that's it. The next ones you're gonna get will be on epic difficulty, and then the next one after that will be legendary. So you don't get any more. Alright, so we're now continuing on our way, and behold, who do we have here? It's Mr. Dactyl! See that guy with blue armor? See that attack he's doing? You wanna stay the hell away from that, I'll tell you, because look what happens here. 1, 2 fucking hits. 2. Do you see now how fucking deadly they are? Do you see? 2 fucking hits. Now we're gonna go all the way there and we're gonna kick his ass. Alright, let's just tag our gravestone. That's a 3rd death now. Oh, and there he is already. Surprised me there. I actually expect him to go all the way. It's quite strange because I actually expected him, you know, to get back to his starting position, but he actually stayed where he was. Shit, look at that. Not only does this attack do a lot of damage, it also stuns you. See, the problem with the Dactyls, a lot of time you meet them guarding doorways and really narrow places, so you know, you don't have a lot of room to actually dodge their powerful attacks. See, I tried to use the Sky's Rage scroll here, and it's stunning him, but it's not doing enough damage. And you know, I'm really scared to get close to him because he can finish you off with 2 hits, you know. 2 hits of that wave attack. Extremely deadly. So basically I'm gonna skip some of these parts around here because it's pretty much the same. I've been basically playing with him here around the invisible line, but now he walked off a bit. See, he's back here. The reason I did it, I wanted to spell break him, you see, because he was having battle awareness, which was obviously giving him some defense. So I've done spell break on him, so now he doesn't have that protective aura. And I've been waiting for the Sky's Rage to recharge because I've gotten a plan of how to tackle him. It's a risky plan, but it's worth a try. See, I just kept doing that the entire time, and hardly managed to get any of his health down. See, only like still got 3/4 health left. See, they're extremely dangerous. I mean, they also got a huge percentage dodge of projectiles, so even if you try to stay back and use projectiles against them, they're gonna dodge most of them. So these guys are hardcore. I mean, they're so powerful. In fact, they're probably the only enemy in the game that you're still allowed to die to as a Titan Quest vet. Right, so we've got Quick Recovery, got Colossus Form, and Sky's Rage, and we're going in. We're going in. There we go! Phew! You won't believe how much I was sweating here. You know, sweating and puffing, because that is an extremely dangerous enemy. I mean, you saw for yourself how quickly he killed me, and the fact that his attack not only deals a lot of damage, but it can stun you as well. So basically, he locks you in place and then finishes you off. So as I said, this is probably the only enemy that's okay to die to, even if you're a Titan Quest vet. So don't worry, these guys are deadly. I mean, this is only normal Dactyl, legendary Dactyl. Whew, just think about that. Luckily though, they're not scripted. Their spawn points are pretty random. You know, they might spawn or they might not at all. You know, you might not even meet them. So if you're really struggling with one, you can just, you know, exit to main menu and then reload again from your last rebirth fountain, and he might not be there. Right, so we just found a Chthonian Spike, which is pretty nice. It's a monster rare of the Millenoi. Yeah, it deals a nice decent amount of damage and also gives a nice bonus to offensive ability. The only problem is our attack speed drops so bad, it makes it impractical. If only we had a relic or something to put on it, like a Veiler of Achilles, that we could boost the attack speed. That would be nice. Oh well, gonna wait until we find something, I guess. Gonna keep using our current weapon. It's not too bad. Our offensive side of things is alright. Yeah, watch out for these blade maidens. Here I've actually decided to give it a try just to see what it's like on the field. Because sometimes, you know, you just gotta try stuff on the field. Sometimes the stats don't tell you the whole story. So I decided to try it out and see how we fare. There's a Shadow of Erebus there. I'm gonna get there in a sec. Yeah, not too bad, but it's a lot slower. I mean, you can see how slow we are now at killing. So, yeah, not too ideal. Killed that Blade Maiden pretty fast. Maybe because we had Squall there. Yeah. Best to just swap back to our axe. Until we find something that can help us to get... Oh, hello there. Came all the way here. Okay, so we just tagged the battle marker. I'm just gonna quickly get through all this. I'm just gonna take care of these guys. And let's smash another Crystal of Erebus, whilst we still got the battle marker active. There we go. You're a bit late, mate. Alright, so second Crystal of Erebus. Gonna combine it once the battle marker wears off. Just gonna fast forward through these bits because it's just all the same. 2 Blade Maidens though. That's deadly. As a mage, you definitely have to be careful here. Right, it's a wide open area here with small groups of Millenoi just scattered about. And there we go. That's the second piece. Still got 3 more to find. It's a nice way to give you a side quest reward. You're completing the side quest and at the same time completing a monster charm. It's a good idea. Alright. There's a few more Gigantes here. As you can tell, Hades' palace is so huge, it consists of so many areas. So you got another rebirth fountain here. Now, this area here, this part here, see this doorway, this is another place where Dactyls can spawn. I remember I actually faced a few before in here. They got like several spawning points. There's also another one in the Crystalline Stele, the one, you know, that narrow crystal tunnel just before Hades himself. So Dactyl does spawn there as well. That's the worst place it can spawn because it's so narrow in there. Alright, so we got the optional doorway there. And we've got this staircase not far from here. So that's where you have to go here, where the stairs are here. But before we go here, we're gonna go through that into that optional area, because in here you're gonna find one of the Hades' Makai generals. So the first Makai general is in here. So don't miss him. You gotta always check these optional areas, because this is where most of the Shards of Erebus and Makai generals will be. See, you can see him there on the map, mini map. And he's got by quite a lot of Makai here, so I suggest you just, you know, take it slow and just kill a small group at a time. You don't want to aggro too many, because if you aggro too many, you're going to end up next to Rebirth Fountain before you know it. Death Touch. So an Epic Braces. Which, pretty nice. That's a nice poison resistance there, and bleeding resistance, and defensive ability. It's pretty defensive, as you can tell. It's not overly that great for what we've got now, but it gives a nice amount of poison resistance, so I might actually equip it just before we fight the poison Makai general, because of the 3 Makai generals, one of them is poison, which will be later. The one we've got now is actually vitality based, so you need vitality resistance against him. This guy is Dysnomian. Oh yeah, and all 3 Makai generals, obviously they're all archers, so obviously it's playing on the worst trait of the Makai, you know. The archers are the worst, and now you gotta face the 3 strongest ones. See, he's right there, just above, so you just lure all these guys away, as many as possible before you lure him. There we go. And now it's time for Colossus form. Yeah, you might want to stay away from that ring. It's a similar one to what the Soul Carver in Pusey cast. It drains your health and energy. Drains your energy monstrously fast. So you don't want to be, you know, in its area. Gladiator, though, it's got quite a fair bit of a recharge time. You just watch out, you know. See, he's done it again. By the time you walk out of it, see, our energy was lost and we lost our enchantment, so I had to reapply it. Yeah, but otherwise, he's doable if you got the right resistance. Yeah, actually, energy leech resistance can be useful here as well. Vitality and energy leech. So yeah, that's the first of the Makai generals beaten. See, Hades' generals. Right, let's get going on our way. Alright, so this staircase is where you have to get going. A bunch of regular enemies here, Melinoi. Just gonna fast forward these parts. I picked the Linetta's Guile. Don't seem to have any other. Can't remember where we had it. Probably had it on another piece of armor. Oh well, never mind. Let's just keep going. There's nothing too special around here. But whenever you see any, you know, side paths, always check them out. Of course, sometimes it's hard to tell what's a side path and what isn't. For the most part, descending down is basically where you have to go. So anything that leads you not down the main staircase, that's going to be a side path. And yeah, definitely watch out for those Dactyls. You saw what happened to us. And I almost had a heart attack there. But this guy is a Vindicator, see? He's got blue body underneath. So Vindicators are not as dangerous. But at first glance, you can't tell, you know, if it's a Dactyl or a Vindicator. By that time, it can be too late. You know, you could have approached already. Prison of Souls. This is one of the last areas before Hades' palace. I mean, before Hades himself. And here you got albino spiders, so this is a nice place to farm for their monster charm. You also got these cages which are locked, you can't open them. And to open them, you gotta kill the Warden of Souls, which is one of the Gigantes monster heroes, who is, you're gonna meet him further, and he's got a key. He drops a key. Once you acquire the key, you can actually open these cells. However, there isn't much point to opening them, because although you do get like an occasional treasure chest, you know, like I can see actually one there right now. You do get an occasional treasure chest, but it's just the regular treasure chests, and they're so rare as well. Most of the cells don't have anything. Alright, and this is the last Rebirth Fountain before Hades himself actually, but there's a lot of side paths here which we're gonna explore in the next episode and gonna finish off the side quests. So I see you guys later. Bye bye.